If you've been putting off improving your Spanish because you don't have time, I want you to hear this. The problem is what you've been told learning Spanish has to look like. Because if learning Spanish means sitting down for 2 hours with a grammar book twice a week, you are right. You probably don't have time for that. But that's not what this looks like. And that model, it wasn't working anyway. You're a professional. Your days are full. You have work, you have a life, you have things that actually matter. The last thing you need is another obligation that feels like homework. And honestly, that's exactly why most Spanish programs don't work for people like you. They were designed for students, for people with hours to fill, not for someone who's already running at full capacity and just wants to feel at home in the country they chose to live in. So, before we talk about time, let's talk about what we are actually asking you to do. There's a belief that's deeply rooted in how we think about learning that more is better, more hours, more grammar, more vocab, more study. That if you're not making progress, you need to do more. But that's not how language acquisition works. Your brain doesn't consolidate language through volume, it consolidates it through repetition, context, and activation. A short, focused, consistent practice session does more for your Spanish than a long passive one every single time. 2 hours of grammar on a Saturday morning, half asleep, with no real speaking involved, your brain retains almost none of it by Monday. Whereas 20 minutes of active practice, listening, responding, using the language in real context, repeated consistently, that compounds. Every session builds on the last one. So more isn't better. Consistent is better. And consistent only happens when it fits your life. So here's what we are actually asking for. Not 2 hours twice a week, not a rigid schedule that falls apart the moment work gets busy. 20 minutes a day, that's it. And not 20 minutes of sitting at a desk studying, 20 minutes that can look like this. 20 minutes that can look like this. A short session, a short session in the morning before your first meeting, a voice note you record walking to the supermarket, a conversation with your neighbor you stop avoiding, or a challenge you complete while you're having your coffee. Everything in this program is designed to activate what you already know in the moments you already have. Not to add more to your plate, but to change what you do with the time that's already there. The methodology was built knowing who you are, a busy professional who doesn't want to go back to school, someone who needs something that works with their life, not against it. So, this is something we thought about deeply when we designed this program because we know our students. We know you're not a university student with afternoons free. We know you work probably remotely, probably in English. Maybe you have kids, maybe a team that doesn't speak Spanish. So, every component of what we do was designed with that in mind. The sessions fit around your schedule. The daily support happens asynchronously. You send a voice note, you get feedback, no fixed appointment needed. The real life challenges are built into the things you are already doing, and the whole system moves with you. You don't adapt to the program adapts to you. Because the goal isn't to make your life harder, it's to make your life in Spain easier, richer, more yours. So, if time has been the reason you've been waiting, I want you to reframe that. The question isn't, do I have time to learn Spanish? The question is, am I spending the time I already have in a way that's actually moving me forward? 2 hours of grammar on a Saturday that you dread and forget by Monday? or 20 focus minutes a day that stack up session by session until one day you realize you haven't switched to English in weeks. That's what consistent looks like. And that's what this system is built for. I'll see you on the call.